It's lights out for 2,000 solar panel workers. America's biggest solar panel maker that is cutting 30% of its workforce, both here and abroad. First Solar says demand is down, but President Obama is still trying to double down on green technology. And Democrat Congressman Garamendi agrees with that move. Congressman, welcome to the program. Good to see you, sir.
Always a pleasure to be on. Thank you.
Why double down on solar? More and more subsidies, more and more taxpayer money going into solar when natural gas prices are at 10, 15-year lows, and we've had decades before solar makes any impact on electricity supply in America. Why double down now?
Well, it's got to be part of the solution. You cannot just take one piece of this and throw it aside. We do need solar. It's always going to be there, and once you build a solar system, you don't have to put natural gas, oil, or any other fuel into it other than wait for the daylight to come along. Wind and solar have to be part of the solution. We continue after a century. Well, just like we continue after a century to subsidize oil. Why would we want to do that after a century to the most profitable industry in the world?
Well, look, I came to America nearly 40 years ago, right after the oil shock 1973. At that point, solar was supposed to just take off. It was the energy source of the future. That was 40 years ago. Today, solar supplies less than 3% of America's electricity. Now, it's not gone very far in 4 decades, has it? But you want us to keep on putting money, taxpayer money, into it.
Well, even a better question than the one you just asked is, why do we keep on putting $10 billion of taxpayer money into the oil industry?
Well, I question that, Congressman. I have to question that. I have to question that. The Treasury does not write a check for $10 billion and distribute it to oil companies. The Treasury, the United States government, gives oil companies tax breaks on their operations. That's different from giving them money. We are giving solar companies, yes it is, we're giving solar companies money, we're writing a check to them.
Well, actually, there's a production tax credit that is only available when they produce electricity. If there's no electricity, there is no tax credit. In both cases, it is a reduction. In one case, a reduction in taxes that would otherwise have been paid. In the other case, it is a credit. Again, a reduction in taxes. In both cases, it's the same.
Solyndra was a loan guarantee, which we have to pay up $500 million on.
Well, you're correct. That is a different circumstance. But in both cases, it is taxpayers' money being used in 2 different ways, but nonetheless being used. One supporting an industry that is extraordinarily profitable, the oil industry, to the tune of $10 billion a year. That's money that could be used for any other thing, including reducing the deficit, instead of supporting that oil industry. The other part of it is supporting a new, necessary part of the future energy systems that we need in the United States, and that would be solar and wind and biofuels. And certainly the point that you made about natural gas is absolutely true. It is a very valuable strategic asset that we have, and why the natural gas industry wants to export that gas, driving up the price, is beyond my understanding, and certainly not in the interest of America's consumers.
All right, Congressman Garamendi, Democrat, California. Thanks for joining us, sir. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Always a pleasure.
Democrats ripping Mitt